Hello, students. Good morning and welcome to CAT 2024 live analysis session. I hope you are all doing well. I am sure a lot of you are excited to hear the breakdown of CAT 2024 Slot 1. But before we dive into the details of Slot 1, let me quickly explain what's coming up today. We'll be analyzing each slot right after it finishes. So, no matter if you are in slot 1, slot 2, or slot 3, we'll give you the complete breakdown of the exam slot wise as well as the overall analysis of the CAT 2024, like what was the questions, type of questions, good attempts, and percentile. I'm also really excited to tell you that Mr. Arks Srinivas, a renowned cat expert, will be joining us today in a few minutes and he will be providing his expert analysis on the exam. He'll be helping us understand what worked, what didn't, and how you can improve going forward. But that's not all. Apart from the analysis, we have got something special for you today. Something that will help you prepare for the next big step in your MBA journey: group discussion and personal interview. We know that getting into a top MBA college is not just about acing the CAT, but also performing well in group discussion and personal interview rounds is equally important. So, we are bringing a free ebook created by experts that will guide you through everything you need to know to prepare for group discussion and personal interview. So let's jump into the analysis of slot 1 and hear what Mr. Srinivas has to say about it.
Very good morning to all of you, and thank you, Komal. I think this is a great day for students of the students who are thinking of getting into the IIMs and other top management institutes. And very frankly, I think it's also a D-Day, as they call it, and a
Yes.
day of reckoning in that sense. And thanks for quickly introducing um, I think what we at Career 360 will do for the students and making sure that their journey, not just for the CAT exam right now and the analysis, but also later on for their interview preparation also is going to be taken care of. So, Komal, I am very ready with the analysis. I have some quick feedback that I have got also. So shall we go ahead and start giving the one straight away? The interesting thing that has happened is the number of questions in CAT this year are increased by 2. That is from 66 questions, which was there or which were there in CAT 2023, now have become 68. The 2 extra have come in the area of data interpretation and logical reasoning. So shall we go one by one or shall we look at the overall thing? You please tell me and we'll go ahead. Komal, are you there?
Yes,
Or
sir. Let's go one by one so that students will be also be able to analyze the pattern and overall difficulty.
especially one of the important things is right now those people who are going for slot 2. I think what I want to tell them is, if they are listening to this podcast, the direct YT live straight away, is that not to worry. This paper this year, the CAT 2024 appears to be a little more easier than the CAT 2023 paper. What does this mean for you? Which means that there are more questions for you to solve, more easier questions to solve, which means to say should make you feel, get a feel good factor when you come out of the exam hall, which also means that you cannot get bogged down in any questions as such. Couple of very quick things, Komal, if I can tell you. The first thing, in the verbal and reading comprehension section, a welcome change, I will call it. There are no para jumble questions. There are no para jumble questions. That's like amazing. Simply because it takes away a lot of time and you get very little return on that as far as the original CAT was concerned till the last year. The same 4 RCs, 16 questions, 8 verbal ability all questions continue to remain, except that instead of the para jumbles, there is para summary, 3 questions, 3 questions sentence completion or fill in the blank or whatever you call it, and 2 questions on odd para jumbles. That's 24 questions in VARC to begin with. The second one is data interpretation and logical reasoning. This is a set which everybody, or this is a section which everybody is afraid of, fearful of. But what has CAT done, and Calcutta, my alma mater, has done, is to make it, at least in slot 1, not very difficult. Easier sets to solve, many more questions to solve. There are 22 questions, 5 sets to solve. Now, when you have 5 sets, even if you can't solve 2 of them or 3 of them even, if you solve 2 fully, I think you are up for the game and get more than the cutoff and a decent percentile. So 3 sets of 4 questions each, 3 sets of 4 questions each, and 2 sets of 5 questions each make up the 22 questions in data interpretation and logical reasoning. And of course, there is not really much of a change in quantitative ability. Quantitative ability continues to have the same 22 questions. And I think there is a sprinkling of both, if I may look at it, arithmetic. Arithmetic, I think there are about 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 9 to 10 questions of arithmetic out of the 22, 6, 8 questions of algebra too. Let's look at very quickly functions. Number theorem also there again, remainder theorem, 1 or 2 questions. Sequence and series. Geometry, there were 2, 3 questions too. So overall, the mix for quant has not changed from 23, 22, 21 CAT papers. That's the first set, 68 questions instead of 66. And given that the paper does not seem to be very difficult, or at least definitely easier than that of CAT 2023, my first impression is that the cutoffs can go up. That can go up almost at the 80, 90 percentile. The cutoff overall scores for the 90 percentile. Last year it was about 49. It can go up to 57, 58 even. Similarly, the 99 percentile. Last year we had 99 percentile at only 80 marks. But this year, my first impression, again, a lot of data to come in, we will get to know. And that can go up to 90, 92, 93 also. In fact, that is the reason why we will want to look at it, saying that we have a percentile predictor on, also a college predictor on at Careers 360, if I'm not wrong, Komal. Make sure that you give us your scores, upload your scores, so that our ability to give you the right percentile for your expected marks will be very high. Komal.
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to know one more thing. How important is to understand slot 1's analysis for students in slot 2 and slot 3?
See, it is important in the sense that it will give somebody a small slight edge. For example, just think about slot 1 guys did not know that there were going to be 22 questions in quant, or that there were going to be 5 sets of DI. Similarly, or DILR, that is. Similarly, they did not know that they will not have parajumbles, for example. Now, this small information may look very little, but it will definitely add value to the slot 2 and slot 3 chaps. And very likely that they will not change the pattern. Slot 2 and slot 3 will also have a 68 questions according to whatever history that we have looked at for CAT as such. Which means this small edge will also be there, which also means that the overall scores for slot 2 and slot 3 could be either higher, or the paper can be more difficult, slightly more difficult than for slot 1, so that normalization takes effect very nicely in that sense.
And sir, I want to know one more thing. What are the special remarks or advices for your students from your side?
Oh, this is a very good question, Komal. In fact, those of them, especially slot 2 guys, would have started walking into the the venue. Slot 3 students, if they have not looked at it, I would suggest that they go with a lot more confidence. More important than that, I think go with this is my prediction actually. This is my advice, if I can say so. Go with unrestrictive mind, meaning go with thinking that you can attempt more questions. You can actually look, there are no parajumbles. If there are no parajumbles, you will save at least a minute or minute and a half, which means to say your attempt in verbal from average can go up by 1 or 2 questions. Similarly, because there are 5 sets in DILR and appears to be not very difficult, you can also attempt one more extra set instead of only thinking of 2 sets, which kind of increases your attempts. And lastly, for quant, at least the first cut, I don't know, I have not spoken to too many students, obviously extremely early days yet, as they call it. Very difficult to say this. Hence, I would say the first cut is the arithmetic was easy. There were enough questions to solve, and hence I think it makes sense for one to attempt more. So in all the 3 sections, my advice to students going to slot 2 or definitely slot 3 in my first cut analysis is to go with a mindset that, hey, you can attempt more. Don't be too choosy, don't get too restrictive, be an unrestricted, and I think you will get better marks also, and therefore better percentiles.
Thank you so much for the detailed insights of the exam, sir.
Okay, so let me also give you a couple of things that might have happened as we go along. Just to give you slot wise in first slot itself, and we will put up the scores as we go along, Komal, for the students to go through. Um, Incidentally, in data interpretation, it felt that in certain sets, what used to happen last year was that if there were 4 questions in a set, all 4 used to be theta, or all 4 in general used to be with choices. But this time, what I feel might have happened is, out of the 5 questions in one of the sets, there were 4 theta questions and 1 multiple choice, and another set, 4 questions set, 2 of them were theta and 2 of them were multiple choice, and another set, 2 of them were theta, again 2 of them were multiple. So the multiple choice and theta were not from one set. So they kind of nicely sprinkled the thetas and the MCQs in DILR for sure. Similarly, odd man out, or the odd para jumbles as they call it, were theta questions in verbal ability. I think that's only fair, is what I would say. And I don't have exact information on quant as yet. It's only 1 hour, less than an hour since the CAT exam, the first slot has gone out. But by the time we go to the second slot, we will be able to combine both slot 1 and slot 2 and give you a better overview of these things. Komal. Any other? I think there are other questions that we wanted to
Yes,
look at.
sir, but I think you have already discussed everything. 90 percentile, 99 percentile, the difficulty level of the exam. You have covered the exam from all the insights. And one more thing, thank you so much, sir, for your detailed insights. Now that the slot 1 is done, we are getting ready for slot 2 analysis. Guys,
Absolutely.
stick with us and we will be back soon with more insights. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. And here is what I'm saying, guys. Once again, I'm saying we will go into a little more of an in-depth analysis after the end of the 3 slots, looking at what scores will be required to get what percentiles. And percentiles will tell you what colleges that you can do. And Careers 360 is coming, what I understand, is with a complete percentile predictor as well as a college predictor. Don't miss out on that. Join us. And I'm sure as we go along, we will be able to help you out. Similarly, as I think Komal has put up on screen, there is a GDPI books that are available for CAT 2024. And I think we'll also come out with a few sessions on how to prepare for your personal interview, how to ace your personal interview. And well, those of you are writing, finished your slot 1, just chill out, relax, don't worry too much about it now that it's over. And for slot 2 and slot 3 people, wish you all the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.